Welcome to Travel Michigan. I'm Dave Lorenz, along with Michelle Grinnell from Pure Michigan. And Michelle, who are we going to talk to first today?
Well, we are talking with Michael Schafer, who is the founder of the Wine Counselor. And so we are going to get schooled in Michigan wines today.
Fantastic.
It is wine month in Michigan right now, so it's the perfect time. So, Michael, welcome to the show. And let's kind of start with, it is wine month in Michigan. What is the state of wines here in Michigan?
The state of wines, Michelle, is absolutely wonderful in Michigan. The industry is booming. More and better wines are being produced every day, every week, every month, and they're world-class wines. A lot of times people would say, well, this is a good wine for a Michigan wine. Just leave out the Michigan. It's a great wine, and we're competing on the world stage.
I'm hearing that more and more from real experts like you who are telling me exactly that there's no reason to kind of categorize the Michigan wines, that we're putting out some pretty good stuff.
Absolutely. With the fact that we're getting used to figuring out what the terroir, and that's a French word and people get a little intimidated by it, but what it means the sense of place, kind of the somewhereness of where the wine comes from. And as the industry has grown and wineries have planted more and different varieties, we've gotten to know that a lot better. So that's really helping produce even better wines.
So, within the kind of microclimate of Michigan itself, are there, various places within Michigan that are more likely to produce a certain good wine versus other places?
Well, that's kind of a tricky question. Depends on who you talk to, Dave. For Michigan, we really produce really good Rieslings. We produce very good Pinot Gris, which is basically the same grape as the Pinot Grigio. We produce good Gewürztraminers, Pinot Noirs, which is a red wine, Cabernet Francs. Some of the bigger red wines, the wine grapes, the Merlots and the Cabernet Sauvignons, those a little bit in the southwestern part of the state on that particular wine trail. But it's a little cold up north for us to grow a lot of those other grapes. So the answer is kind of a yes and no.
Yeah. So, as you've traveled around the state of Michigan, I'm sure you've kind of picked your favorites and such. Can you just kind of comment on maybe some of the wines that you really like and the reasons why, and maybe even some of the wineries that you like and the reasons why?
Oh, you're putting me on the spot
exactly.
Now, Dave. Sure. I really like Michigan's Rieslings a lot. Chateau Grand Traverse was the pioneer in producing Riesling back in the 70s. Sparkling wines from Michigan are delicious as well. Larry Mawby, another pioneer, makes just absolutely stunning world-class sparkling wines. He makes serious ones and fun ones as well. There's Bel Lago up in Leelanau, where Charlie Edson makes interesting, delicious Pinot Noirs. He makes wine from a grape that's really unusual outside of Alsace, France, called Auxerrois. Gewürztraminers. The Vertero winery makes really good Gewürztraminers. Two Lads over on the Old Mission Peninsula makes delicious wines. Good Harbor, a new winery called Bluestone, again on Leelanau, makes really good wines. White Pine Winery down the southwest part of Michigan is making some delicious blends. They're all over.
Yeah, they really are all over. Anything in the UP that kind of stands out as something you might want to check out as a wine enthusiast?
The UP is they're coming along. They're getting better, Dave. They're making some wines from a grape called Traminette, which is it's a hybrid. It's a very hearty wine, and from another grape called actually Marquette. It gets pretty cold up there, so we need to have really hearty, strong grapes in order to be grown way up there.
Michael, you've contributed to the Michigan Wine Country magazine, which is out, but you've also contributed to Have Fork Will Travel. Do you have recommendations for people who want to be wine tourists in terms of how they should plan those trips or what they should be looking for?
What they want to do, Michelle, is they want to go to MichiganWine.com, and that's the best place to start looking at maps. It's a wonderful resource from the state of Michigan, and that's where they really want to begin their journey. There are different wine trails throughout the state. There's the Pioneer Wine Trail in the southeastern part of Michigan. There's the wine trail over on the western side. There's the Sunrise Wine Trail over on the eastern side by Lake Huron. So there's all sorts of different ways they can go.
So, Michael, I know you speak at a lot of the various wine events around the state, so we only have about 15 seconds, but anything like in the summer where people might be able to listen to some of your advice?
That would be the Cellar Door Wine Academy, which is in Auburn Hills, and that is at cellardoorclub.com. I'll be teaching classes there, and I'll also be up in Traverse City for the Traverse City Wine and Art Festival as well. That's the 21st of June, I believe.
Fantastic. Michael, thank you so much. Michael Schafer, he is the Wine Counselor, and you can find him on Facebook at Wine Counselor. You can also find him on Twitter. He's everywhere.
I'm following him now.
That's fantastic. And, of course, find the website as well, winecounselor.net for Michael Schafer. I want to thank him for joining us today. Hey, we're going to find out what's happening with the big Walleye Festival next, right here on Travel Michigan, where your trip begins at Michigan.org.